And we're back. Thank you for joining us. This is Channel Whatever News, and we're now going to enter the lead. Some of the hottest stories in gaming going on right now. So, without further ado, kalika-lika-low. I crack myself up, and when I say myself, I'm just me. But me could be we, and I see as the Panthers Den is growing. We're at 8 subscribers strong right now. Thank you to the 8 people that subscribed. I don't know who you are, but thank you. If you're not a member, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, notification ring-a-ling-a-ling, and it lets me know I'm doing what I'm doing and I can keep doing it, if you know what I mean, because I don't. Anyways, this is the lead, and on the lead, this little fake news program. You know what? It's not a fake news program. As I'm looking at the producer of the show, I'm the executive producer, but I mean, if we're doing news, it's a news program. There's nothing fake about that, right? Okay, so let's get into the news. All right, so for today, the lead, we're going to go into the first story. PlayStation 5 kind of reveals, not kind of, they just straight up say, hey, listen, none of the SSD drives that are currently out right now are going to work on our system. Okay, so stop. Xbox hasn't said anything yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if Xbox actually one-ups them and says you could use something. But then again, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't, because they already have some expansion memory that kind of went for sale that for both systems, it looks like it's going to be an extra $200 maybe, if not a little bit more, actually maybe $300 just to add on to SSD memory. Now, if you're not familiar with the technology, if you've used it in your current gen systems or any PC that you've currently built, SSD does a tremendous job of speeding up the load times, as instead of it spinning around on a disk, it's pulling the information from the future. What does this mean for us as a gaming community? It doesn't mean anything, to be honest. With the launch being as close as it is now, you'll play whatever games. You can still use your external memories to save games and move stuff around, but you're just not going to be able to pull it in the way that it was designed. And all it just means is Sony's going to approve some stuff and you're going to have to buy some stuff, but you don't have to do anything now. Okay, moving on to the next story. Is there a Black Friday chance for you getting this system? Okay, let's go to the announcer and ask him, like we've been doing since we've been doing this news run. Well, I'm glad you asked. As of right now, there are intriguing information on how you can retain a PlayStation 5, Nintendo Switch, or one of the Xbox Series systems. More on that later. Yeah, thanks, announcer person, who obviously is me with a pause in between. Moving on to the next story. 2021, we should be able to walk in for a system. That's what both companies are saying. Sony and Xbox just came out this week, and basically they're saying at this point, 2021, you should be able to walk in and get a system. I'm going to say like March Madness-ish. But they've already said you're not going to be able to walk in during the holiday season. Just walk in and pick one up. Not to say that you won't. Not to say that you won't try. When I say you won't try, it's me, because I don't have any of these systems. So I will be trying to find it, but I'm not going to just walk into stores. But I do know there's a chance you might find it at a Blockbuster or something like that. I think if, let's say, Target had it, they might have it where they have to sell online and then you pick it up in the store. But anywho, moving on, Xbox and PlayStation have been having, you know, the word about, I guess, the operating system taking up the memory. Now, the numbers I'm going to say aren't exact. It's just off the top of my head. So basically, PlayStation is like, hey, look, we have 800 gigabytes of memory. And then as soon as you load the operating system, set up the system, you're really closer to 650 gigabytes. So a lot of people are kind of upset about that. And the ongoing joke is that means you're only going to be able to, you know, hold on your system one Ubisoft game or one Call of Duty version. So, you know, it's a little humor in there, but Xbox is the same thing. Xbox has a little bit more in the memory, but the same thing. The system, operating system, is going to take some, and you're going to get what you're going to get left. And I just think that's just not the setup intentionally to buy external memory like we talked about at the beginning of the lead. I just think it's not going to be too much different than what we're doing on the current gen. They're giving us memory, and for whatever reason, it's just not enough for the amount of games. Now, what I'm hoping both systems do is they do a cloud service. And yes, PlayStation Plus does have a cloud. I don't know about Xbox currently right now, other than the Game Pass. But if there is a cloud that allows us to store games and then pull them as if it's an SSD seamlessly fast, regardless where we're at, then I don't think this is an issue. I think we're just talking about it because we haven't gone through the situation yet. And we're going to keep moving on. Control Ultimate Edition, Control, a game that came out on multiple systems. It's supposed to come out on Xbox, and it's supposed to come out on PlayStation 5. So both next gen systems. It is not yet. They have controlled the narrative. That was horrible. It won't come out to 2021. They pushed the game back. Hey, listen, look at the world and the situation we're in. They just, it is what it is, and I'm not mad at it. It is what it is. It'll be ready when it's ready. But Xbox did mention just yesterday that Rogue Company, which is a game that's on the current gen systems, I believe PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox, and it might be on the Switch, I'm not sure, but it's a multiplayer fighting game, battle royale type of style game. But anyways, that game will be on the new Xbox Series. No word if it's going to be on PlayStation 5 yet, so right now they exclusively have it, or at least exclusively set it first. The next thing is the Star Wars Squadron game, which is coming out to mixed reviews, but point blank, that game is going to run differently. So far, to my knowledge, it's the first game that's supposed to run differently versus the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series. Now, the PlayStation 5 version of this game is going to run in high definition at 60 frames per second. It's going to literally run just like the PlayStation 4 Pro version with better lighting. I guess that ray lighting trace, so whatever that technology is supposed to be. The Xbox, though, is going to run one version that runs very similar, if not the exact same, as the PlayStation 4 Pro. And there's going to be another one that's going to be more performance based, which is going to clock out 120 frames a second. So it's going to be interesting if that's what we're going to see moving forward with developers or games as they're moving or porting their systems to next gen. That's going to be interesting. But for someone like me who's casual, I don't care. It doesn't matter if that game was a game I really care about. I just don't think I'm going to care. I could see maybe a first-person shooter or a shooter in general online play for 120 frame rates versus the 60, but this doesn't do it for me. But like I said, I plan on getting both systems, so it's not a knock on either one. And let's continue. And for the final story, a really good feel-good story, Nintendo Switch. Man, that's just lighting it up. It's, again, in my book, this is a next-gen system. The Nintendo Switch is going to right now profit 200% up in their shares because of the fact that this system is just selling. This system, mind you, if you listen to the lead I said yesterday, Animal Crossing Horizons did what was it, I think 26 million, setting a record in that franchise for what that game has done. But man, what if I told you that the Nintendo Switch just passed NES? So the original system, they've already passed that with the Switch. Oh, I like that. I like that. Because again, if you follow my channel, I'm really big on co-op gaming, family gaming, getting everybody together. Online gaming's fun too, but it's a different vibe when you can kind of have a party night and just kind of pass the system around. And the fact that you're able to take it to go wherever you can. If you can find a Switch, then send it to me. I would like one because I can't find it. So they're doing something right there. And they're close to passing the Nintendo Wii. So that's great news there. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. And I got one more thing for you. If I can get this to press in time, on the screen, you should be able to see the times of Xbox and PlayStation 5 when on, I believe, November 10th and November 11th, online on Walmart, they're going to do the online only sales for the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series S. No details exactly how this works or how the website works, and if you've done this before, they all crash, or they have you wait in this queue from the system and you're waiting for 5 hours only to get to the cart, nothing happens. But it's a shot, right? We got a shot, right? Okay, so once again, should be on the screen if I can do this properly, but if it isn't, listen to my voice. It should be November 11th, November 10th, even though I'm saying the dates backwards. PlayStation, Xbox, it's your opportunity to get it for Walmart. The same week, please check the listings, okay? The same week, Target is doing the same thing. Walmart, I just mentioned. Best Buy is doing it. You already have certain stores that are getting their shipment. Amazon is letting people know whether or not they're getting it or not for the previous orders. And I think hopefully what the strategy is, especially from Sony, is we created the hype train. We got everybody to, you know, see it on eBay for $1,800, and now we're going to trickle it in. And because you can't go in a store and see it, you're just going to keep refreshing and buying, and it's a win for gamers, and it's a win for the companies, and it's a win for you for being here. You could have been anywhere in the world and you're here, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. New subscribers, thank you for running and telling other people to follow. I really appreciate that. Till next time, kalika-lika-low. But wait, there's more. What if I told you that if you do something that should be common sense, it's not so? Well, listen, there's an image that's going online. I just might as well post it because this is the lead. I'm supposed to give you hot stories that I'm enjoying because maybe you'll enjoy it. And so this is a bonus. Apparently somewhere, and I don't know where, I don't know if it's in the States or a different country, but there's displays for the PlayStation 5, and you'll see the PlayStation 5 and Xbox put displays that no one can touch. And please sell us these systems. And in this picture, you're gonna see, for whatever reason, you know what the reason is. If you've ever been in these console wars, or next gen, current gen, whatever, they put these systems in these little cases, and the displays look amazing, but they obviously want the system to be secure so no one damages, steals it, whatever. And I don't know, they didn't think this through, and it's in this casing. I don't know what the material is made of, but it's sitting in here, and apparently it overheated. And there's a message that pops up. I'm going to show you where the unit, the kiosk unit is, and I'm going to show you the message on the screen. I do not know if this is fake. I don't know if it's where the origin of it is. I don't know if the problem is fixed, but to me, it's a little common sense. If you play it with any of the current gen systems, you know, if you get them in a hotel container, like, you know, you go to a hotel, you push the console inside the entertainment system they have, and there's no ventilation, and you hear your PlayStation fan kick up, or your Xbox, just, you can feel how hot it is because you've got 15 other systems stacked on it. Some of this is just common sense. Your PC tower, regardless how amazing it is and how many coolers and lightings that look like it's a UFO, if you stick it in a corner of a wall and you live in a hot, humid spot, it's increasing the heat for it. So this is common sense, but it's also news, and it's the lead. So again, thank you for the bonus time. This is the longest we've been on this the news run on this one. So till next time, kalika-lika-low.